So I didn't think anybody knew that I was gay, but when I told people, my mom and my friends, they were like, we know. And people probably know that you are too. And that's not to be scary, it's just to make you know that people love you for who you are, regardless of the things that you are, any quality or trait. And I remember feeling so scared, especially to tell my family. We never talked about anything like that with my family. But the day that I told them, my sister thought it was the coolest thing ever. Another sister said, "Do you think you're the only gay person I know?" My mom said she knew forever, so it wasn't a big deal. And then when I started telling my friends, it was really, really great because I realized that they loved me for the things that I didn't think they loved me for, just the person I am. And so it wasn't going to take anything. There wouldn't have been anything that I could have probably said to my close friends that would have changed their opinion about me. So, wrap it up?
No, louder, louder.
So, it takes a lot of courage to admit this to yourself and admit this to other people, but it is probably, in my own experience, I can say it's the most rewarding thing I ever did. It's liberating, and when you wake up and you know that people know you inside and out, and they still love you for that, I won't change that for anything.
Yeah. I want to say a message to all the kids that grew up like hating themselves. They thought it was wrong to be gay, because that was me. Like all my life was really religious family, and I thought it was very wrong to be gay, because that's like probably what your parents or your priest told you. But I mean, but I took a look at it and I asked them why. Like, tell me why it's wrong. Besides, it says it in the Bible. The Bible says a lot of weird things. The Bible says like God hates shrimp, and God hates black people. I mean, it says a lot of crazy things. So you have to think about it for yourself. And once you come to the realization that it's just people writing books a long time ago, and people nowadays aren't like that. People are very loving nowadays. If you come out or you get past your youth and you find a crowd of gays, they're going to love you and they're going to accept you and you're going to have a great life. So just stick it out.
All through elementary school, everyone was like always, "I'm so gay, you're so gay, you're so gay," and I always denied it. And finally, when I came out to my mom, that was the best thing I've ever done, because ever since then, she's become my best friend, and everything's gotten so much better. I have great friends now. The gay community is a very loving and sharing and compassionate community, especially gay volleyball, and it gets better.
All in high school, middle school, I was picked on and beat up and ostracized from my groups and chased bats to my house when I lived in Iowa. And I never thought that I'd make it through. I never did. And so when I came back to where I live now, which is Milwaukee, and I met all these wonderful people, like the community, the gay community, it's amazing how many people actually like support you and care about you. And it's so silly to not think about those kinds of things. Like when you get to where you need to go in life, looking back and seeing those people from high school and middle school that treated you like crap, when you see them finally, it's nice to have that sort of revenge on them, like, I'm awesome and you're still a piece of crap. And so stick it out, because revenge is going to be the best thing like that. When you're true to yourself and you finally accept yourself, it's amazing, and nobody can ever bring you down again.
Coming out was the hardest thing I ever did in my life, and it was the easiest thing I ever did in my life. I had to say goodbye to the love of my life of 9 years and start over. It wasn't easy. It still isn't. But every day it gets better. Before I came out, I was fat. I couldn't dress myself. And I didn't know anything about pop culture. Now, people I went to high school with are still fat, still ugly, and still can't dress. It gets a lot better. I was really shocked when my best friend growing up in high school told everyone else, who came out to everyone else in our group of friends before me, because he thought that I might have a problem with it. Joke's on him. When I came out, I was most concerned about my family. And with one small exception, everyone was very supportive, loving. If someone changes what they think about you because they discover that you're gay, they weren't a friend of yours before. Fuck it. It gets better.
I came out later in life, in my late 20s. But what I want to say is, in high school, everybody gets teased. I was a sophomore, I weighed 88 pounds, and I was the second shortest kid in my class. Going to my class reunion after 20 years, I got to stand up to some of the football players that used to pick on me when I was little, and it was nice to see that I was bigger than them, taller, and I wasn't picked on at that time. Now I'm with a partner I've been with 10 years, and we have 2 girls together that are going to be 7, and my life couldn't be any better. So, you know, if you're going through a tough time, it does get better, and I couldn't be any happier. So, good luck.
Awesome. All right, my name is Todd. I've been out since I was a freshman in college. It was tough. Family and I separated for quite a while I lived away at school. Right now I'm a teacher teaching in the Milwaukee area, and I look out for my students, and it does get better. Life does get easier. Not 100% easier, but it does get easier. I said I still have my students who I look out for and care very much for, and I'm always there for. I'm out to all of them. They know I'm gay. They know I'm there for them. And if you have any questions, look to your teachers, look to resources in your community, and live your life. Be happy. Do what's right for you.
Go.
Okay, my name is Aries, and I've been out since freshman year in college. And I understand that when in high school you have hormones, all this shit, your brain's not developing, you're not sure what happened.
Well, I mean, it's fun to talk.
As you get older, you'll get resources. I mean, there's resources that you can go to. I mean, not just in school, but also like places like, you know, any LGBT center in like your city or town or anywhere. There's always going to be like people that will help you through like transition. And plus, like, it's not a stigma of being gay. It just, you know, it's like who you are, and you shouldn't like deny like you're part of yourself.
My name is Nick, and actually I wanted to explain to you what it is to be gay, and actually coming out of gayness and straightness and all that basic facts. The one thing that I realized when I was actually high school through college, the whole 9 yards, did the girls, did the whole 9 yards, but then finally I realized when I had a girlfriend of 3 years that I needed to move on from her, because I knew that I would ruin her life and my life if I did the big thing because of my parents. My parents were Roman Catholic, and they decided for me to live my life that I had to marry a woman in order to be a human being on this earth. And I understood that that wasn't necessary. So therefore, I broke up with her right out of college and began my gay life at 25. And you can do the same thing. There's a lot of numbers out there to call. There's a lot of organizations to help you out. There's a lot of things out there that are just going to help you out. So just do it and come find us that will help you. How's that?
Good. And I'm Evelyn, and I also have kind of the same story as Nick. I was with my high school sweetheart since 17 for 10 years. We were engaged, we owned a house together, and I just felt that it wasn't right to keep leading the straight life when that wasn't what was for me. Couldn't continue to treat him unfairly, and had to make a hard decision in my life and call things off as we were engaged 4 months into it. And he is now one of my best friends. His family accepts me. I came out to my brother, my sister, my parents, and everything is great now, and I'm happy, and it gets better. Stay strong.
And my name is Kura. I've been out since college. It was very difficult. As you can see, I'm of Asian descent. Hmong specifically. Coming out to my mother was the hardest thing for me, because I had just lost my father a year ago, and I just broke up with the boyfriend of my lover for 7 years. My mother asked me why was he not coming around. I didn't know how to explain that to her. And one day, shopping trip, I just broke down to her and told her that came out to her, and I did more crying than she did. Life does get better. I'm not gonna say it's not difficult. It's very hard. It's a struggle, but it does get better. There are organizations out there, and you'd be surprised who will stand behind you and support you in your decisions. Family you least expect to stand behind you will probably be the first one to come around and accept you for who you are, and take you by the hand and walk you through it. And good friends.
Good friends.
Good.
Hi, my name is Rosie. I recently had a 40-year, my birthday. I have never experienced the straight life that society seems to think that we should have, the boyfriend, the husband, the children, the whole 9 yards. I've been gay my entire life. I would have to say since the womb. My family, I have got a lot of negative from cousins, aunts, dad, mom, you name it, I got it. But I couldn't live the life that society wanted. I had to be me. And throughout middle school, high school, college, I had to be me. I've been a lesbian, like I said, since the womb, and I'm happy. I'm good. Throughout the course of my years, I've encountered great friends. I've heard their stories of what it is that they've had to go through, the family not being there for them, the friends turning them away. And you know what, guys? If this is who you are, don't let anybody tell you any different. There's numbers, there's people out there. We are there for you. No matter where it is that you seem to think that we're not, we are there. We are there. I guarantee you, coming from a 40-year-old woman, I guarantee you life is good and it will get better. Don't do anything stupid. I will be there if need be.
Hi guys, I'm Jeff from Milwaukee. I want to let you know that I did everything I could for 25 years to not be gay, and none of it worked. I was gay when I was a teenager. I was gay in my 20s and 30s and 40s. And I can tell you that in the years since I came out, it's been the absolute best year of my life. Don't let anyone tell you that you're worthless, that you're not as good as they are, because you are, and the world's a much better place, much more beautiful place with you in it than if you bail out of it. Thanks, man. Bye.
Awesome.